It's a really nice little plant. I wanted to talk about it to all of you. I have it in here among this mint because it kind of gives it a nice covering. This is one of my favorite plants too. I make a lot of tea out of this, a lot of medicines. But this is white stonecrop. You very seldom find it in Pennsylvania. It used to be very abundant. It grew in rocks, it grew in outcroppings, especially on some of the most rugged areas you'd ever want to find it. And it's a healing plant too. You can take these leaves and you can peel them back and put them on a wound, and it'll work like a band-aid. It keeps the moisture into it. But I wanted to focus on this flower of the white stonecrop. You're going to say, well, I've seen it at Lowe's. I've seen it everywhere for sale. You've seen the cultured and the hybrid versions, but this is the wild version. And it grows pretty normal here. It'll actually grow to be a very large plant. I've seen it get up to 4 feet tall at times. This here, though, it has this beautiful white flower to it. I want to just take a moment and appreciate it because it's a very, very wonderful pollinator. Bees love this. Honeybees love it. Flies love it. All those little wild bees love it because it's actually one of the first natural plants that you ever had. If you think about it, when these mountains formed and there weren't any trees, there weren't any other plants like that. All the trees came from down south and slowly grew on the edges of these mountains. But what wore down a lot of the rock into soils when these steep mountain faces collapsed were your succulents like this. Stonecrop is one of the very first plants historically, if you look in the fossil record, that existed. That was much different than it is now. There are a lot of different species that have come and gone, but this is one that's like a fossil. This white stonecrop, you can find it everywhere from Virginia up in the Shenandoahs to Pennsylvania. But you don't see it very often because of the fact that when they clear cut many years ago, they just burnt the trees and it killed a lot of this. And they did logging. The people that had it cleared it when they built their yards, their houses, everything else. And it really didn't pick up very well in the lower lands. It likes it very dry. So the average everyday green yard that you have is not the type of environment that it normally would like. So I do very well by putting it near this maple tree, getting it to grow, and taking pieces of it as I get it to grow and placing it in the woods, placing it in places where it normally would have been, trying to repopulate it. Very difficult to do. I've had minimal luck with it, but I'm working on it. I'm going to get there, and it's going to be something that I'm going to repopulate areas with, especially mountains, and hopefully be there for future generations to enjoy.